Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente. It's Thursday, March 8th, 2018. And here are some of today's trends in the news on the market front. In Asia, up. Europe, up. U.S., up. Not a lot, but up. Oil down, gold down. Cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin among them, down, down, down. So, what's going on? Well, on the market front, hey, that Trump backtracked. Yeah, just like Obama, folks. Remember he said he was going to put those tariffs, 10%, 25%, yep. Now, well, Canada and Mexico, you don't have to pay them right away. We'll see. We're going to hit everybody else. So he backtracked at the last moment. That pushed stocks back up. And also in the news is Cigna announces it plans to buy Express Scripts for $67 billion in cash stock deal. So, we know what's driving up the markets. Cheap money. End of story. Mergers and acquisitions, stock buybacks. AXA snaps up XL Group for $15.3 billion as insurance M&A deals gather pace. Gather pace. Mergers and acquisitions. The rich get richer, the big get bigger, the rest of us get poorer. And that's the way it is in Slavelandia, in a country near you. Oil closed lower because of the same old thing. Supply building, not enough demand. Again, we're in the realm that we said we're in, 60 to 70 bucks a barrel. End of story. Gold, gold went down because of, it's in that range and it can't really push out of it. So it's in a stalemate right now. But again, we don't see a downside gold of more than $100. And you know the story, you've heard it from me a couple of hundred times. Gold has to break over $13.85 to get to that $14.50 an ounce mark. When it stabilizes over that, it goes. If it doesn't do that, it's where it is, and that's the trading range. And again, going back to Trump and the aluminum and steel deal and talking about not only tariffs but redoing trade deals, here's some of the trade data that just came in from the United States. U.S. trade gap in goods and services expanded 5% from the prior month. It was the 5th straight month of rising deficits, reaching its highest level in more than 9 years. So, isn't it great? If you are in business and you're spending more than you're making, how would that fit as a business strategy? So they keep talking about protectionism. And then you look at China. Well, China's exports of goods grew 36.2% year on year in February, compared with a rise of 6% the month earlier. Meanwhile, imports fell 0.2%. So now let's go back to, hey, the yuan is getting stronger. The dollar is nearing 3-year lows. How come exports in the U.S. didn't go up? And how come exports out of China didn't go down? Because they're in the business of business. America's in the business of war. Well, we're exporting. It's only 12% of our GDP is goods exported. A lot of those military pieces of equipment, yeah, but not a lot of consumer stuff. Oh, yeah, big agriculture sells their soybeans to China. Big deal. So America is becoming just one big rust belt because, hey, look at your other top trends that we've been talking about, like Silicon Valley, Rust Belt 2.0. That's right, Chinese taking over in AI and a lot of other areas in technology. So again, the business of China is business. The business of America is war. And of course, when you read your trend alert, bear market, recession trigger. Where are the markets and economy heading? Follow the trend lines, not the media lines. And in that trend alert, we got it right. The business media got it wrong. All that talk about Gary Cohen bringing down the markets. And today it's Gary who? Yeah, no big deal. Trump's economic advisor. Oh, the markets were going to collapse. No, they didn't. We said they wouldn't. Much bigger story. It's all in your trend alert. History before it happens. On top of the news, ahead of the trends you won't find anywhere else. But the media keeps it going as much as they can. Front page of Financial Times today. Cohen's exit raises protectionism fears and stokes business turmoil. Ah, yeah. Protectionist fears. We should give away our country. Yeah, keep those deficits building. What does David Stockman, that was Reagan's former budget secretary. The fact is, you don't get an $810 billion, that's not far from a trillion, trade deficit with a 66% ratio of exports to imports, as the U.S. did in 2017 on a level playing field. And, most especially, an honest free market would never generate an unbroken and deepening string of trade deficits over the last 43 years running, which accumulate to a staggering sum of $15 trillion. All right? Protectionism is a dirty word. Don't protect yourself. You know me, into close combat many years. I'll protect myself. Capisce? No, you shouldn't protect yourself. Let somebody else protect you. Yeah. Save it. Protectionism, they made a dirty word because when you look at the facts, they add up in America. It's right here and you can't deny it. Marine Corps Commandant. Less than 30% of young men and women qualified to join the military. Look at the shape this country's in. Protectionism? How dare you? You can't protect yourself. Hey, why male fertility is in crisis. Health experts are warning of a crisis in male fertility. The average sperm count has dived by 52% in the past 4 decades. Okay. Too fat to fight, sperm count going down, eating a lot of junk food, drugged up on big pharma drugs, and you hear a stupid little moron, a little sleazy nothing like Jeff Sessions talking about, hey, if you smoke a joint, then you're going to be on heroin pretty soon, as the country's getting wiped out on opiates and all these other drugs that they probably give money to Sessions when he was in Congress. Like all the other slimy politicians that get paid off to put out for their corporate whoremasters. So put the pieces together. They make protectionism a dirty word. You can't fight for yourself because the country is more than just going into a rust belt. It's rotting from the top down and inside out. Centrist advisor to depart, talking about Cohen. Centrist advisor, the SOB is the president, former, of the Goldman Sachs gang. Now there's a centrist for you. It's a centrist if you're crazy, or an el prostitute that gets paid to put out. What else do they say? The resignation of Donald Trump's top economic advisor, sent a shudder through the markets. Woo! Hey, read your trend alert. No, it didn't. A lot of hype. And prompted alarm among corporate leaders. Oh, corporate leaders were alarmed. Oh, corporate leaders making tens of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars as we, the little people, work in slave land here for people like Amazon, and you're lucky to make $19,000 a year working full time. And what else do they say? Leading corporate lobbyists, guys that are front men for the corporations that pay the slimy little low-life Democrats and Republicans or jerks in a country near you off so they get what they want. Lobbyists. Let's change the word, man. How about front men? Anyway, said the departure of Gary Cohen, a centrist force. There they go. Centrist force. Could you believe it? Centrist force. Go back to what happened in Italy. Yep. You saw it happen. They want the establishment out. That's a centrist force. The people are tired of getting screwed. But Brussels warns on health of Italy's economy. Country suffering severe imbalances from debt and failure to enact reforms. Oh, you know what reforms? Brussels, the IMF, another front group for them. That means tax the people more and steal every penny you could get from them, rob them of their pensions, and raise the retirement age till after they die. Yeah, but it says right here how bad Italy's economy is, what trouble the banks are in, and then they make it seem like, oh, they're so anti-establishment. They don't like Brussels. They're tired of getting screwed. But not the people of the United States. They love getting it right up to you-know-what. Don't forget to vote in the midterm elections. That's right. You're Republican and Democratic freaks. Don't forget. Oh, and by the way, the facts over here of the bad economy and how the people are suffering and how they want to change things. That really wasn't what happened in Italy, because we had Samantha Power. Yeah, Samantha Power, the woman along with Hillary Clinton and Susan Rice that pushed Obama, folks, the anti-war president, folks, who won the Nobel Peace of Crap Prize, folks, to destroy Libya. That's Samantha Powers shooting off her mouth in La País, the Spanish newspaper, following the Italian elections. Italy joins long list of elections influenced by Russia. Sputnik will do what Sputnik does. That's the news agency. The question is, what are our democracies going to do about it? Will voters repudiate candidates who seek to benefit from Russian interference? This is ignorant, moronic propaganda from a warmonger. Oh, if only women were in charge. Save it, Jack. Don't want to hear it. Good and bad comes in all races, creeds, and colors and genders. Yeah, get it in your head. Because when they print crap like this, when you look at what's going on in Italy and they make this news, you know why it's news? Prostitutes. They get paid to put out. And speaking of getting paid to put out, we're looking over here as Germany points fingers at Russia for hack of federal computers. It never stops. It never stops. And you heard me say it before, I will say it again. When all else fails, they take you to war. And we just had Netanyahu in the United States speaking at AIPAC, and this is what he said. He declared, darkness is descending on our region, and pointing to a map in which countries that he alleged were Iran dominating it with black paint. He went on to praise Trump for adopting a policy of provocation and aggression against Iran. That his administration will not accept Iran's aggression in the region. Iran's aggression in the region. Not Saudi Arabia's, not the United States, not Israel's. Oh, Israel, I can't say anything bad about Israel. You know why? Because here's what little stupid Chucky Schumer, the moron senator from New York, don't forget to vote, said. He insisted the only reason there was no peace in the Middle East was that the Palestinians, you ready for this? Quote, don't believe in the Torah when it says that, quote, it's our land. Don't believe in the Torah. Oh, you believe in the Bible? Do you believe what the Muslims say? Do you believe in the 300 religions, what they say? Oh, no, you got to believe in the Torah because that's what I believe. Hey, to you, Chucky, shove it. Don't you tell me what I should believe in. And to make it even, I won't tell you. You are a little low-life piece of crap like all the rest of you out there in America's Congress. Little, what's the name over there, shooting a mouth off about democracies? We lost it in this country. We're run by cowards, liars, freaks, and fools. It's the presidential reality show and all the players in it. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news.